Standing here on the Meehan High Road, Ryan Power. How are you doing? Hey, Ryan.
I'm doing pretty good. We're the Paj-anime friends. Here,
Is that what we're calling ourselves?
No, this is Paj-anime presents Final Fantasy X as the intro properly has
Again, you keep up. You're giving me so much credit. I could just totally bungle that thing. I still haven't made it yet.
I mean, even if it's bungled, it'll still be there. So, because we are in a new recording day, it is time for
recap.
Paj-anime presents your hot recap of the week.
Yeah, and this is like a week ago, the last time we played this. So, what do you remember, Ryan?
So here's what I remember. After we arrived at the destroyed island place, we then had to take another boat to go to the place to play Blitzball, where we did, but then Yuna was captured, and Steve, our hero, in quotes.
Forgot I named him Steve. Jesus Christ.
Steve, our hero. Steve could not play because he and Lulu and the other guy, Oron. Oh no, yeah, sorry, it was Brutalitops. So Oron hadn't come back yet. Sorry. They went to look for Yuna. Well, Waka himself and his team of misfits basically kept them in the game. Then we joined the game and played a game.
Those were two different games.
And
Waka won that game on his own.
Yes, that's what I said. Then we joined a game, a separate game, and won. And then we won the thing, and Blitzball was won. And Blitzball looked interesting and weird, and it was turn-based. And then
it wasn't turn-based.
After the Blitzball,
it was numbers.
Sort of turn-based though, because when you got into a position after a certain point of time, everything stopped and you had to pick a thing. Like, it wasn't really active.
Yeah,
so,
but
like,
I got to pick when those moments came up.
I know. But I mean, wouldn't it be cooler if it was NHL and you could just stick move around the dude, be like, "Whatcha!" and then aim it and shoot it and score and do a crazy celebration? Like, there's a world where just like the Star Wars prequels, there's a world where that stuff could have been amazing. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. With the recap, other than to say that Blitzball is basically the Star Wars prequels of Final Fantasy minigames.
Wow.
I mean, it has potential. That's what it looks like to me. That's about it. After that, my memory gets a little bit more fuzzy. Oron showed up at some point. There was a there was a conversation between Oron and Steve where Oron revealed that Jeff
Hang on, there's something that happened before that we need to.
Okay, quickly mention that.
The Blitzball field got attacked. Everyone was getting fucked up. That's where we ran into Oron and Seymour summoned.
When Oron shows up, surprisingly, the whole world starts to go fucked.
This is an inference out of you. Also, fuck that guy for shoving me. Fuck
this is an inference out of me. And then as we were fighting and running away and killing some sin stuff, and
Seymour summoned this big ass thing and fucked everything up for us. That happened.
Yes.
But yes. And then back to
Oron showed up. Oron said that Jekt was Sin, but he only said that to Steve.
Yeah, he specifically didn't say it to everyone else.
In fact, when he went to say it to everyone else, he even mentioned that Jekt was like alive or something. Like he completely
lied. I haven't seen him in
like
10 years.
Yeah. It was like a big deal that he completely mentioned one thing to hit Steve and the other. Like right after, it was sitcom levels of like scripted. Like, okay, take this note. That's why I remember it. Anyway,
he's lying to somebody.
After that, the awkward chemistry between Steve and Yuna continued to a scene where they both indeed and after that, my mind is blank because
that was it.
At a certain point, the levels of cringe just shut off.
Yeah. After that, we climbed a staircase and got here. That's everything that's happened. Steve and Oren are guardians now.
So,
that's the big thing.
Oh yeah, Steve and Oren are guardians to Yuna specifically.
Yeah, Steve got brought along. Oren was like, "Hey, I want to be your guardian."
Is Lulu also a guardian?
Yep, everyone in the party except for Yuna is a guardian right now.
Oh wow.
She has 5 fucking guardians.
So what you're telling me is everyone here has played Destiny except for Yuna.
Yeah.
Jesus, Yuna. What is anyway? So here we are. Yes. So where are we? What? The only thing I don't remember is where we're headed. Are we just literally running and exploring, or? Oh yeah, because we're guardians. We're guardians on Yuna's adventure. Yes, Yuna's adventure.
Yeah. All right. So let's kick it.
Final Fantasy X: The Adventures of Yuna. The Legend of Yuna. That's what they should have called this game.
This is a statue.
Hey, this guy's riding something pretty cool.
8 centuries ago, he found
oh wait, no, he's killed it. He's not riding it.
In just a few short years,
murderer. No, anyway.
Ranks grew throughout Spira.
It's Monster Hunter.
Feared an uprising and accused him of rebellion.
Man, he really looks like the guy from Shadows of Mordor.
A little bit.
Face their charges and refute them.
That's who he is.
He succeeded.
You're gonna have to fight him eventually.
Trust, and his legion became an arm of the Yevon clergy. It was then that Yevon gave them the name Crusaders, which they have kept ever since. And
this voice actor who's doing this guy reminds me of Dane during Pajodcast.
A little bit. He's a little bit Dane-like. So yeah, real quick there, Lord Mihen, who this road is named after, is founded a group that was dedicated to fighting. Oh yeah, this is.
It's the equivalent of the QE2, man. I get it.
Yeah. It's also tough. Let me.
You're just like, what? I don't understand what you're saying.
I can take it.
Not a clue. Also, Steve doesn't
know. They named this road after a famous warrior person who was responsible for this religious event.
Right, okay.
Yes. I get it. We have the similar thing in real world where we name things after people of religious or other. Isn't there religious connotations with the royalty, right?
No.
Oh, I thought maybe that religion was part of it. I thought like.
No, there's a bloodline that matters.
I thought it's just bloodline. So are the royal families religious? Do you think?
I have no idea.
That's well, listeners. Get back to us. Let's see in the comments. Hashtag atheist, hashtag not.
Okay, antidotes. So yeah, the thing we learned in that fight is that armored enemies take less damage unless you have...
those ruins are
the fuck? We just talked to you!
Some old city?
Hello again, Dane.
A city most...
Okay, we're calling him Dane from now on.
A terrible testament to sin's power. I tremble every time.
Has Dane played this game? I wonder how he'd feel about this comparison.
Mud puppies.
I mean, he could have been channeling.
Humans are the only ones capable.
I really like the way this guy with some words. That's good.
I'm relieved to hear you say that, milady summoner. Where are my manners? I am matron.
I am Dane.
Oh, he hasn't said his name yet, right? Because writing reasons.
I am on a journey.
That's how this
studying
goes.
the history of our world, Spira.
He's still better at normal conversation than fucking those two.
Oh, okay. So he's Professor Oak. When do you give us our Final Fantasy decks? Monster decks.
After we tell him if we're a boy or a girl.
Shit, which one of the first 3 summons are we gonna choose? If that's really what they do, I'm gonna laugh because I've been making the Pokemon references to this before.
I will.
Well, no, it doesn't happen. Fuck.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, we've learned. Fucking.
Oh yeah, classic Final Fantasy enemy. I remember fighting these in FF8.
Yeah, they are the worst.
Dude, and they look like this too, like that.
Yeah,
I love
they do
how
like the growy thing.
This is their canon. I like to see monsters established and continued. It's kind of cool sometimes. I mean, I would say Blizzard or Water, right? Like.
Fire and ice oppose each other, and then lightning and water do. And when I had the sensor thing up, actually, I'll bring it up for the next person to show you.
Yeah, I guess ice makes more sense.
I don't think we've actually covered that. Kamari and I believe Yuna does, Orin doesn't yet, have sensor.
Wait, fire and ice oppose each other?
Yes. So if you see here, this guy, like you see the obviously we have.
Oh yeah, and I guess lightning and water. Yeah, because
exactly.
they both don't like each other. Yeah.
Exactly. So like 1.5 times.
I was trying to think about that in Pokemon terms. I'm like, wait.
No, it's not rock paper scissorsy. It's more like, direct opposition of the elements.
Yeah, because that wouldn't make sense in a Pokemon terms. Because if you're made of electricity and something made of water hurts you, and vice versa, then you would kill each other instead of
in
one
Pokemon
hurting the other. In Pokemon it's one hurting the other, and then something that Although there's probably some that make sense anyway. Power Sphere.
Power Sphere.
Later, Dane.
Yeah, see you, Dan.
He'll show up again somewhere. He'll shuffle back along. Hello.
Yeah, there are certain weapons certain enemies that are armored, and you'll do less damage to them if you attack them physically. And if you're Orin or Kamari, you have piercing weapons.
Lady Summoner, I presume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
I am Yuna.
I am Lucille, captain of the Jose Chocobo Knights.
Oh, you seem cool.
And I'm Elma. We've been charged to
And
guard the
you
high
don't.
road.
There have been
Yeah,
reports
she kind of
a
looks like
large
what's
fiend appearing
not
in this
Keelik,
area
but that other
with a taste
lady.
for chocobos.
You meet what's her?
Take care, summoning you now.
Use the
If you are interested in
stab.
chocobos.
Like she used a long weapon.
Thank you. We
Oh,
will be.
Sophie,
Songmina?
no. Songmina,
Good.
maybe, yeah.
We should
Use
get
the
back
long
to our
weapon.
rounds. Farewell.
No,
Yeah, it was like a
Our prayers
staff
are
that had a
with you.
But her hair is
blade
longer.
at the end of it.
No, you're
Yeah.
thinking of the other chick that Zhao whatever. Zhao, not Zhao.
Oh.
Was her sister Zhao.
Zhao Ming?
Zhenghua.
Zhenghua.
I think was her name.
Let's go
She
get
had
him.
the sword that was. Soul
Apologies
Calibur
to
in the first
Asians.
game.
For
It's the right thing to do.
Canadians, your names are hard
It's
to
the right thing to do.
recall.
Well,
in
also
the moment.
I haven't played Soul Calibur in about 10 years.
Well, there is also like a lot
I
of Soul
say
Calibur
now?
characters whose names I would be like,
said
I
that a
have
lot,
to
too.
think about it to remember.
Yeah, you're like Zazal
And every time he
Zazzafras.
said it, it meant trouble for Braska and me.
You know, the big guy, the Rock.
No, Rock is a totally different character, Ryan. Come on.
I'm trying to remember
Chris
who
Klein
the
would
big
be
guy with
saying
the
in this situation?
Astaroth or Astaroth. Yeah,
Oh,
the big
yeah.
guy with the axe.
Ryan, you know what Chris Klein would be saying in this situation?
I love this
No,
job.
bomb!
Oh, right.
Be ashamed of yourself.
What Steve would be saying would be, I love this job.
Yeah,
I'm a guardian.
I'm a guardian now.
When
so
do I get
watch out.
when do I get my traveler's light? I'm not gonna stop making those references. I'm telling you, Bungie clearly played this game and we're like, okay, we're gonna build a universe. I mean, I don't know. MMO is kind of RPG thing. Yeah.
I mean, there are
There's
definitely RPG elements. to Destiny.
When deciding to make an RPG, they're just like, let's look to the only RPG series we can think of, Final Fantasy.
It's a good one to pick.
And I mean, there is a
Wait, what's
soccer
up?
ball too in that thing.
Oh my
Blitzball
god!
soccer, like,
You're totally right. Is this one?
Also,
enemy?
if you look at the Traveler's Light thing or whatever in the thing, what is it? It's just a giant ball.
This is the only
like
enemy
the arena.
Here? All right. Fuck you, Lulu. I just want to get the
Burp,
experience
burp,
here.
Make way!
See ya!
Make way, see ya.
Well, those are two different statements. Make way was he came in. See ya was he was
I
killing
know,
that thing.
I know.
But yeah, pretty
the
cringe.
following them up one after another. Thanks, 1996 cartoon character.
A summoner
2001.
You too are
I
a
think that's
summoner?
too generous.
No, that's what it was.
Like he's
My
literally
name is
Sonic.
Hina.
Yeah, I know, but like he's literally Sonic the Hedgehog level.
Oh no, you're right.
Like he's just stating obvious things, like just like Sonic.
Way
The
past
building's
cool.
falling.
I am.
Yeah, like
I might have a few things to
it's
teach
like, you know, if you put a snarky comment on just reacting, it doesn't work. Like the comment itself has to be funny.
A
You're not wrong.
one-on-one match. Not to the
Ryan,
death.
we're having a Pokemon battle.
What do you say?
Here we go. You ran into this. You ran into
I'll do
Trainer
my best.
Leia on the street here.
Good.
That's a good name.
Your aeons have been healed.
Sorry, the only
You
way
can
I know how
fight
to
with your
consume
full
anime is by
strength.
comparing it to other
Come.
things that are basically the same as anime.
You're not wrong. Hey man, nothing wrong with relating that shit. So we're having an Aeon battle, one-on-one.
Here we go. Yep.
No,
Oh, is
for
this
Dave.
my boy? My boy? Balrog?
No, it's
The equivalent of Balrog? Ifrit, yeah. I know. He's basically Balrog.
Alright.
Show me how strong of a...
So you need to get a staff. You are a summoner. Slam it on the ground. You know what? Do it.
I know it's so I can't use
shall
I
not.
can't use Dave because she's using Dave, so I have to use Carl.
this fight between Carl and Dave. Who's gonna win the cheeseburger?
Carl's Jr. Alright, lucky for me, I don't have an elemental weakness. And
Yeah,
he
well,
does.
Dave isn't Dave the guy who made Wendy's?
Oh my god!
we got it. Is that your secret to your naming? You're just named. The next guy's gonna be the Colonel.
Oh my god, Ryan!
You're gonna just
You're a
name
genius.
them. We're gonna name them. Okay, I'm okay. You know what? Now I'm on board. Let's do it. I'm on board now. I like that now. Or you can either be that or the lead people of cereals, because I'm totally okay if Tony the Tiger shows up. Boost.
shield. So you take less damage but don't get any overdrive strike.
Meteor strike. I've always like. Oh, he shoots it like a blitz ball. Come on, game. What is this? You don't tie it like that. Ball. He threw it like you would a blitz ball.
No,
in the old games, the meteor strike, he jumped into the air and just threw the largest thing. Like it was.
No.
It was like
he has
it
that
was
ability,
like a spirit bomb.
He has an ability like that. Don't worry. I'll show it to you next.
I know, of course.
It's just not his meteor strike. But just. Wait, did I not? Oh, okay, sorry.
That meteor strike should have been more like a giant
He summons it out
Hulk
of the
attack.
ground, and then just fucking hucks it at you.
And then hucks the top shelf. I get it. Top shelf, top cheese at your nose. Make it snow.
Okay, so shit, dude. I don't know if we actually have the stats we need to win this fight.
Oh no, do we need to grind?
No, this isn't a
meteor. Oh, it's just enforced. Like, oh, sorry.
No, we don't have to win.
It isn't a Pokemon trainer. Oh no, you can actually lose to the Pokemon trainers, can't you? Yeah, and then keep going. Yeah.
Well, no, you white out. You have to go back again.
Oh right, you white out. So are you gonna white out here?
God, I hope not. No, if you lose here, she just.
I love how your strategy is to just cocoon.
Well, you do when it's meteor striking, because he'll win otherwise. They actually set it up that way, like on purpose.
I know. Blizzard. You're getting him lower.
Okay,
oh,
he kills me next shot anyway, so I'm gonna hit him with Energy Ray and hope it's enough damage to kill him.
Omega. We got this. Come on, dice rolls. Crit. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
No, he's got me.
Oh. What? 263? He does with
that's why I was shielding the meteor strikes.
Blitzball meteor?
That's why I was shielding it. Yeah, so I'll get a slightly shittier prize from her than if I'd beaten her.
No, so is there a way to redo the fight?
No. There's later ones.
I mean, she is, you
need more
Leia trainer, so.
Yeah.
You show with
tough
more
fight.
training you could defeat Sin.
Yeah, it's because my Aeon stats are directly related to Eunice.
Defeat Sin. I cannot. Huh?
I am not good
enough. Or should I say, I was not able to.
You mean
reference to time travel potentially?
We'll meet again.
Who knows, Ryan? Time travel in this game, that would be ridiculous.
I mean, I know.
Some big operations about to start. So, I wonder if... Carl's still all fucked up. This is some bullshit.
What do we have to do with him? To save him? Or to help him?
Oh, no, he just go to the save sphere. He'll be fine.
Okay. Is that what it said on the thing?
Yes. No, that's just what you do. That's just
whoa!
Alright. Orin hasn't gotten...
Bring Orin in. Yeah, Orin's... Let's get him some...
Cut a bitch!
Let's get this guy who I secretly believe is Jax.
Okay. Oh right, yeah, I forgot you.
I laid out my suspicions for those wondering. I laid them on the line.
Well, you did that at the end of the last episode, so that.
Yes, but off air I explained them to Kyle. I explained why.
Yes.
I think that there has already been some puzzle pieces dropped, if you will, building blocks dropped. Things. But yes, I think Orin is Jax.
Yes, you do.
Time travel.
Back in the fray.
And we all know, I think, Yuna's either Sin or connected to Sin in some capacity. She's the villain. She's got Hector-chrome. Did I do it right? There's a HQ question that I got correct about it, but I don't know if I remember how to say it correctly.
Say it again, sorry?
Hector-chrome?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's the two different colored eyes.
Oh, something... Heliochromia or something?
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you mean.
Something like that,
the thing Yuna's got. Oh, dude, did playing this series give you an HQ question? Did you know what that was before?
Yes, I knew that's... Well, based on the 3 answers, I knew that I had a memory of, like, it being something like that, right? So I was like, oh, okay, that sounds like the one that was familiar, and then it ended up being correct. I got to question 8. HQ's been giving away some real money. On Sunday, the game, they dropped a new game at 8 o'clock after their game regular, and they gave away $100,000 to not to one person, to the winners, and it only ended up being 4 people, so they won 25 G's.
Pretty good spot to be in.
Tonight, 250 G's.
That's a lot of money.
I'm just like, Andrew and I are just but the thing is, the way they're able to do this is they're bringing in sponsors. Sunday's game was sponsored by Nike, and the 4 winners got a special pair of Nike shoes that are custom, and only those 4 are getting them, or some shit, or like only something to do like that, or I think they only make 100 of them, and then 4 of them they get 4 of those people get them. And then Wednesday's game, or tonight's game, is sponsored by Ready Player One. So I guess it's like advertising for them, right?
Yeah.
Interesting though, considering the prize points used to be like 5,000, and it's like a big game is like 25 Gs, and it's like, okay, now it's like, wow, these are some real figures. At some point, he's going to start to turn into Regis Philbin here.
Yes.
People care about Scott.
My name is Yuna.
Is this their plan for wealth redistribution? Just throw money away at the tribute.
Lady Yuna, are you going to bring us the calm?
$2 million.
Yes.
They just start tearing it. If you get to question 5, you win 10 grand. Haha.
We're looking forward to another calm, my lady.
Yeah, I mean,
those first 3 questions are gimmies every time.
My game yesterday, I'll admit, the first like 4 questions were gimmies. I got a couple of good ones. I got the Hector-chrome thing right that not a lot of people got.
You call it Hector-chrome. I was gonna call this episode bomb. I think I'm gonna call it Hector-chrome.
As pronounced by Dane. Anyway.
Wait,
I do that
Dane
wrong.
pronounces things properly most of the time.
No, Dane in the game.
Oh, you were doing the Final Fantasy Dane.
The guy who's like a Disney character.
I thought you mean like actual Dane.
Sin dies and is reborn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're just explaining.
Sin dies and so Sin's a black hole.
It was weird. Yuna's dad defeated Sin 10 years ago.
He creates all these consequences.
But
leaves,
Sin's still
comes.
here. Didn't make much sense till now.
He's doing the arm thing again.
Wait, if it just comes back...
Don't say it isn't worth it.
Because it is.
It is.
Even for a little while, people can sleep in their beds without being afraid. That kind of time is worth anything.
You said people could sleep without being afraid. You don't need to specify where they're sleeping.
Your words that day.
Gotta get that they do.
Well, they have to be afraid of you sleeping out of their beds.
Well.
I know, right? Like that's why being that specific seems like he's. Well, you don't want to assume that someone's not afraid because they're sleeping in the grass. True. I think that's more of a fault on the writer than on Steve himself.
Well, he was quoting All right.
Let's see some hustle.
Oh, that enemy looks real cool. What is that?
That is.
We got a Raldo. We got a floating eye. And a white element.
You
kill the white element with black magic?
Fire.
Okay.
You know who has a lot of fire?
Okay.
Your boy.
Here
Joseph J. Jabroni.
Dave.
Lang.
What was the Wendy's last name? What is the Dave? I always forget it. Dave.
I don't know. He has a square burger.
Help us.
Yeah. Yeah, for a long time I feel like they used him to market it and never anyone named Wendy. And then at some point Wendy was like his daughter. Yeah, and then but now you never see Dave. I think he's passed.
He's dead,
instead you just see Wendy. But I'm pretty sure if you go into the store there's probably a picture of Dave on the wall.
Oh, probably. Oh god, that guy lived 8 health. Fuck this game.
You know what? I will say though, at least Dave, it hasn't been like packaged and incorporated like what they've done with the Colonel.
You're not
like
wrong.
I'm not.
Ryan, are you
I'm
ready
not
for this shit?
Hellfire. We'll watch the Hellfire and then I'll make one. I don't know if you've heard what they've done with the Colonel.
No.
It just keeps getting more ridiculous.
So yeah. Jump into the air, throw fire at them.
Yeah, this is like the one I think of that I think
fire
of
blast in the face.
Yeah.
And is that enough? Fuck no. We're just gonna rip the fucking ground up and just toss it into them.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I think of when I think meteor strike. I just don't want the meteors to be round like a blitzball when he does meteor strike. They should be like a rock. But I mean, they probably made it round because blitzball. Anyway.
That's a pretty good ability.
So in commercials now, the Colonel has been played by a host of different SNL comedians. Currently, it is Ruby, the country star, though. What's her name? Ruby, Rebby, Ruby, I don't know.
I have no idea who you're talking about. I'm saying.
She has her own TV show. Reba? Yeah,
oh,
Reba.
Reba McEntire.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who I'm thinking of. She's also a country singer, right? Is that the right person I'm thinking of? Yeah, okay.
He says,
and like, like I'm not necessarily against a woman being the colonel. It's just like, the colonel should have been the colonel. Like for a while it was Norm Macdonald, and then it was like, you know what I mean? Like they just went through all these SNL comedians. And it's just like, this is weird, guys. Like this is just weird. Because they dress as the colonel. And if you remember correctly, there was a WWE game where everyone was dressed as the colonel.
WWE game? No, I don't remember.
Yeah, wrestling game, like WWE 2K15 or something. The Colonel was a sponsor. KFC's been a sponsor for WWE for so long that they had as a built-in thing, as a skin or a costume for every character. You could just mouse over and they'd be dressed as the Colonel. And then the Colonel himself was a character. And it's just like,
that
guys,
ridiculous.
Listen, put his picture on the wall and be done with it. You know what I mean? Have some class. Take from you knew it when you named Dave. Take from Wendy's. You just put his picture on the wall. He made a good burger. That's it.
Yep.
So what we're saying is we have to name the Colonel someone bad when it comes to a bad summon.
We don't have any bad summons.
Oh, there'll be one. There'll be the Miz tier that will be able to be like, okay, here you go.
Also, I feel like you're giving me a little bit too much credit, like I'm planning out who they're going to be.
Oh no, but now I will. Now I'm going to be on board to think of names that are people who have attachments to.
Can we talk about how much health this guy had left? Fuck this.
Like none, yeah.
Also, I wasn't actually doing the burger joke. It was just
no, you weren't initially. I know that. That's why this is great, because you picked two names that happen to work. So now we must.
Yeah.
Now we must commit to the bit, man. I feel like this works for both of us because you wanted to name them generic names, and I'm pretty sure the people who run those things, you know, like come on, Ronald. We live from McDonald's. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. You just think about this. This isn't hard.
We just go full crazy and just call him Hamburglar.
I mean, we can do both. The one that looks most like a clown has to be called Ronald. I mean, it's just an obvious.
Yeah, I'm going through who they are in my mind. We've definitely got a pretty easy one for Wendy. I don't think that there's a Ronald, an easy Ronald McDonald one.
Is it Dave Foley?
Could be. Is he related to Mick?
Yeah.
A little late on the reaction on that one, my dude.
No, Dave Foley's the comedian, who I know that. He was in Sunny.
Oh, yeah, I know who that guy is.
Yeah, who's Dave from what? Dave Thomas, that's who it was.
That's
yes. I'm Dave Thomas, and I make great burgers. Yes. How did I, now suddenly that commercial instantly
that voice
shoots into my brain.
Sounded like the voice that you did for I'm sorry, that your friend Agent Hero did for the redneck Albertan cowboy.
Yeah, because he was more of a... I don't think he was... You know what? Now we're going to figure out where he's from. He might have been Kentucky. That's what I'm thinking. He might have been from a southern state.
Oh, okay, Dave. I was like, the Colonel? You think the Colonel for Kentucky
well, the Colonel,
yes. might have been from Kentucky? But...
Okay, so he's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So that's... People from Florida sometimes have an accent.
Yeah.
That's south. If you remember, what's her name from... what she played a character in The Office. The boss lady, she came in from Florida, you know what I mean?
Kathy Bates.
Yeah, she had an accent during that entire, like she had like a Florida accent.
Did.
And Colonel Sanders was, yeah, obviously Kentucky Fried. Yes. What am I shouldn't need to look that one up. What am I doing? Weird. He's from Kentucky, huh?
Yeah, the guy for Kentucky Fried Chicken's from Kentucky.
You know what? I'm gonna go out. I don't think KFC's that good anymore. I feel like its quality has dropped. It's dropped. You must have come to it late.
Yes.
Like you must have first started eating it late. Like
in my
back in the 90s, KFC was crunchy, good. Like it wasn't really like the skin. You know, now it's really greasy and slobber. Like it's not nearly as crisp. I find if you go to Mary Brown's, I know you're on the East Coast, you probably know this because in Newfoundland it's the same thing. Mary Brown's is amazing. In comparison, Mary Brown's is like. Not even drive-through food as far as Mary Brown's is like home-style cooking. That's what I feel like its quality is. You know, but I don't know. Have you been there?
Like very occasionally.
What did you think?
It was fine.
There you go, Mary. We got a Mary.
Well, we're not gonna get that many lady summons.
That's true.
And Wendy has captured my heart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we already have Dave, so we got to complete the family. Also, I actually think Wendy's is a pretty okay burger establishment.
Son of a bitch.
Of burger establishments. I know you're not a big fast food guy in general, other than like Tim Hortons.
That's not true at all. I eat fast food like 10 days a week, dude.
I thought you didn't like. Oh, it's like you don't like McDonald's.
Right. I don't like McDonald's specifically.
So thoughts on Wendy's?
Wendy's is delicious.
Okay, you like Wendy's. Yeah.
I love Wendy's.
Their spicy chicken is so good. Oh. It just, I feel like their food tastes more, again, it tastes less not real, you know what I mean? It's a weird thing to distinguish, but it tastes more like, I feel like it's hard to explain to people if all they've grown up is a city, and that's like the quality of food they're used to, you know what I mean? If McDonald's level of meats is the quality of food you're used to.
Yeah. Brutalitops used to do this occasionally.
Huh?
Brutalitops used to attack things with fire.
That's true. From Pajod Quest.
Yeah, were you there for the one where I used a little grease fire and roasted a dumpster?
Of course, yes.
That was a good moment.
If I wasn't
there,
I
did like a little bit more than I should have been able to there, but Dane was like, "This is a cool idea." That was one of the things I really liked about Dane as a dungeon master. If something was like a little bit out of the rules of the game, but it was like cool as fuck, he was like, "This is cool as fuck." Enjoy your cool as fuck moment.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Sometimes you get, as a GM, you get too caught up on the rules, and you're trying to like, you want to make it challenging for the people, but you need to pick and choose where it's challenging. You want to make it so they need to do some good rolls, but you don't want to just like, I feel like Dane has explained this to us privately. You don't want to make it so that they just die immediately. Yeah, exactly. And like read the room too, right? If you're with 4 people who are okay with dying and restarting characters over, like if they're okay with it being Rogue Legacy, then you can GM that way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I personally, I would be okay with playing campaigns of both aspects. Right, I'd be okay with playing a very like what's the best way I can call it, the Iron Man mode in XCOM, right? I would be okay with playing a version of a D&D or a D&D like that's played like that, where the rules are very hard and you don't get a lot of leeway, and if you get bad rolls and you die, well, you die. But I think it'd be fun to set that up so that like narratively there's justification for creating new characters, like somehow in the party, like you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like a respawn mechanic or something, or like a reset, and then maybe create a system where, or maybe have it so that before you come in, you create in advance, like the whole party creates like combined 30 or 40 characters, and then you just draw them out of a hat. And then it's like good, and then just try to roleplay as them. The create a Whose Line game out of it. Like I think there's lots of things you can do with a harder setup like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. That would take an experienced party though. Like people who are trying to like understand. And things like that's not gonna be a good time.
Well, I think it'd be easier to do with D&D 4th edition instead of D&D 5th edition, because D&D 4th edition the characters are more simpler. Yeah, they're more like comic book characters, right? They have more an established set of abilities, or you're choosing from a preset established set of abilities. Yeah. And at that point, it's literally just coming up with fun character perks and stuff, and role-playing perks out of that. But yeah.
Carl's back up. That's weird.
He is. Finally, he's healed.
I don't know how, because we haven't...
Maybe he's like Superman. You just needed to expose him to enough sunlight.
I guess.
Whoosh. How's it going, Carl?
Oh man, you really got fucked up last time! That's his voice.
I'm here with my very sloppy food. I hate Carl's food.
Please,
I've never eaten it. I will never eat it, I don't think.
Yeah, How can you say you hate something you've never tried?
Yeah, it just doesn't look appealing to me. But they built one here in Gasoline Alley in Red Deer here.
Oh, okay. I didn't think
we've never been. But we sometimes get flyers and stuff, and I got a flyer that says it said something about messy eating, and the burger was a burger with like 6 onion rings on it, and like jalapenos, and like lettuce, tomato, and it had like 3 patties, and it was just like 2 different kinds of sauces, and everything was just leaking out the side, and I'm like, no, thank you. Yeah. Like that's That's not, like, why do I want to eat something so messy that it literally gets all over my body? No thanks. Like, I'm okay with the somewhat messy burger, too. Like, it's okay that you sometimes have to wipe a little sauce, but, like, you don't want it so drenched in everything that it's just, like, 6 meals into a burger. I don't know.
I don't disagree with you at all.
For those who like that, all the power to you, man.
Yeah.
That just seems like slop to me. That looks like that literally looks like what I would consider Burger Time prison food. So,
Burger Time prison food. Ryan, could you save some of these great episode titles for when we aren't in the same episode? Because you're kind of killing it right now.
Like you know what I mean? Like that's the burger joint that a low-rent government's like, here, send that into the prisoners. They still get to eat something messy and greasy, but it's like a little low on the quality scale.
This is a problem. All right.
Burp burp.
Oren's gonna come in and do what he can.
So be it.
So be it. All right, Jack, do it.
All right.
Shit, we got 3 bombs here. What are you gonna do?
Get fucked up. I would like to bring in Dave. He's the elemental advantage, but his health is still too low.
Yeah. We all know Dave's better than Carl, but it's okay, Carl.
Yeah. But
it's not your fault, Carl. You were just
it's not your fault.
Yeah, but it's not your fault. Well, I mean, I'm assuming based on the description that it might be, but the food quality, but the food in general. But anyway, it's also not his fault. I mean, he marketed towards an audience that wants what they want. The only American food chain I didn't mind when we were there in Vegas was Sonic. I thought it was okay. It was weird. Yeah. Because like even if you walked, because we walked, we didn't have a car.
Milkshakes, right?
Yeah, we tried a little bit of everything. Even when you walk, there's no inside. It's an outside thing. It's a, you know what I mean? It's a drive-in. So you like park in a stall with a menu, and then they bring you the food, or you sit at like a picnic table and go to a window. So it's just like, this is weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Like, what if the weather's? It's like, what if the weather's bad? It's like then they're tills sometimes, or then the windows just. Yeah, it's like this is just. It's like this is. It's like it's odd. Like you can drive. It's I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's a strange thing. IHOP was also okay too.
The International House of Pancakes.
Yeah, I didn't get pancakes.
That's just what IHOP stands for.
Shane got this weird Sprite that had like Jello in it.
That sounds incredibly weird.
Like yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that could have just been Vegas, but seeing all these American establishments when we were there too, instantly we connected the dots between that and obesity. We were just like, guys, you got a lot of weirdly overly carb-centric and sugar-centric menu items, and lots of different variety of those establishments. I kind of feel like our places, we have like the chains of those establishments and then tons of small businesses that focus on lots of different, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Sounds fucked, yeah.
Hashtag big city problems. Big city problems.
Too much.
Don't get me wrong. I earnestly do not think that living rural doesn't have problems. It has tons of problems, especially when it comes to ignorance. It's just there are also some aspects of it that are like, hey, there's you know that are good.
All right, just in case we get super fucked, I'm gonna have
Oron
at full health defending because this thing's gonna explode in the next hit.
So they're about to explode, right? Yeah. Okay. Kimahari.
I'm gonna have Lulu because she'll do the most damage, but I don't think she has what it takes to kill this thing. Oh! She did! Yeah. Just barely. Lulu with the big dick plays.
Her bear.
It's Kate said. It's like a bear.
It is a bear, right? A Russian bear?
Like it's something like that. Real quick, I think this is probably a good place to call this episode. Next time we'll continue making our way down the Mihen High Road and see what other hijinks we can get into.
And then tune in to find out which food establishment creator or cereal box person isn't the next on our list of summons. Because here at Paj-anime Presents.
Aeons. They're great!